Welcome to Blockbuster Tales, where movies come to life through epic breakdowns. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your weekly dose of cinematic deep dives. Let's dive into the story. Grey Man to movie begins after exposing the corruption within the CIA and escaping with his life. Caught Gentry, the Grey Man, tries to lay low in Eastern Europe under a new alias. But the past has a way of catching up, and a mysterious woman named Liana tracks him down with a cryptic message. They're hunting Sierra 6 again. Caught realizes he was never truly off the grid. The CIA is under new leadership, and a private military conglomerate, Orion Group, has acquired secret access to old Sierra files. They're not just cleaning house, they're building a new army of grey men. Caught, once the hunter, is now the target of the very program that created him. Meanwhile, Donnie Miranda, still bruised from the last mission, is pulled back into the fold after an attack on a covert ops base in Berlin. Her name was also on the hit list. She teams up with Caught again, reluctantly, as the two uncover a deeper conspiracy involving data manipulation and a rogue AI warfare program. Their trail leads to Morocco, where a rogue ex-agent turned weapons dealer named Bosim is believed to have the access keys to the AI program. Known as Project Nyx, Caught infiltrates Bosim's underground base, only to be ambushed by a new operative, Sierra 9, a ruthless killer trained in Caught's exact style. After a brutal hand-to-hand fight, Caught barely escapes alive, shaken by how precise and efficient Sierra 9 is. He begins to question whether the new program is creating perfect soldiers or perfect ghosts. Donnie deciphers Bosim's database and learns Project Nyx isn't just a tool, it's a living algorithm capable of predictive assassination. Back in the States, the Orion Group's CEO, Von Kruger, manipulates high-ranking CIA officials into launching international cleansing ops, blaming Caught and Donnie for a string of global attacks. With their faces on every intelligence network, they become enemies of every nation's black ops unit. Caught and Donnie decide to strike first. They go to Prague to meet a hacker, known only as Spectre, who claims to have created part of Nyx's original code before it was militarized. Spectre reveals that the AI's next target isn't a person, it's a city-wide infrastructure takedown in Tokyo to spark a global economic war. As they rush to Tokyo, they're intercepted by Sierra 10, a young woman trained with enhanced sensory implants. She corners them in a bullet train, but Donnie manages to disable the power while Caught subdues the assassin. They realize Orion is field testing these new grey men in real-world scenarios. They arrive in Tokyo just as the city's network grid starts to collapse. Chaos breaks out, power fails, trains derail, comms go dark. Using Spectre's decrypted map, they track the AI's core server to a hidden node beneath the city's financial district. The final lock requires a biometric signature. Spectre's eye. Spectre sacrifices himself in a sniper ambush so they can retrieve his biometric data. Caught fights off Orion mercs in the narrow underground tunnels, while Donnie interfaces the system and uploads a virus Spectre designed. The countdown halts at the final second. Tokyo is saved, but the virus alerts Kruger. Furious, Kruger sends Sierra 11 his final version. After Caught and Donnie, she's stronger, faster, and wired into Nyx herself. The showdown happens atop a skyscraper under monsoon rain, with Caught and 11 exchanging blows as Donnie tries to trigger the virus in Nyx's secondary server. Caught finally overpowers 11, but refuses to kill her, recognizing she's just another pawn he once was. Instead, he injects her with a dampener chip, disabling her connection to Nyx. Kruger watches helplessly from his control room. His plan begins to fall apart. Donnie uploads the virus into the mainframe, but at a course she's electrocuted and falls unconscious. Caught carries her to safety, just as the Orion servers ignite in a chain explosion, wiping out Project Nyx and all its data across the globe. Back in Eastern Europe, Court visits a hospital where Donnie is recovering. They reflect on how their lives have been shaped by programs designed to erase them. Court tells her the war might not be over but for now. They've won a battle worth remembering. The CIA, embarrassed by the exposure, declares Court and Donnie dead. It's their freedom at least for now, but deep in a hidden server room, fragments of Nix flickers to life, connected to a new device being shipped to an unknown beer in South America. Court, now operating under a new codename Ghost Zero, begins building his own off-grid network of former Sierra agents who want revenge on Orion. The final shot shows a wall filled with photos, files, and red string targeting Krugers in a circle dot in the aftermath of Nix's partial destruction. Court receives a tip-off from an old contact in Bogota that Orion's black site facility known as the Crucible is still operational. This site trains the next generation of synthetic assassins using a new neural link system. Court knows that if they don't shut it down now, the world will face killers that can think faster than any human alive. Donnie, now physically recovered, but haunted by the AI's near-lethal shock, insists on joining the mission. Together, they sneak into Colombia under fake identities. While scouting the perimeter, they discover dozens of kidnapped children and teens being prepped for mind-wiping and reprogramming to become emotionless weapons. The scene hits Donnie hard, reminding her of what she almost became. They coordinate a tactical strike using the help of Ghost operatives, former Sierra agents who've gone rogue but trust Court's leadership. The battle is intense, filled with drone attacks, VR-controlled soldiers, and neural disruptions. Court faces off against a former Sierra instructor, now turned Orion loyalist, who tries to justify the mission as creating peace through fear. Just as they secure the Crucible's core lab, a new threat is revealed. Nix wasn't entirely destroyed. A corrupted backup of the AI, fused with the consciousness of Sierra 11, now exists in a hybrid form called Nix Requiem. This version isn't controlled, it's evolving, and its new mission is eradicating anyone capable of killing. Faced with the reality that Nix Requiem can't be destroyed by force alone, Court and Donnie must find the original failsafe buried within the mind of the very man who created the Sierra program, Dr. Molek Varga, a recluse hiding somewhere in the Arctic Circle. With time running out, and the world unknowingly on the brink of digital genocide, the final act begins with Court and Donnie preparing for a cold war in the coldest place on Earth.